Now we are going to welcome Curt Hildebrand from Hydrostor. This is a very unusual grid, like big scale grid storage company. They're not inventing batteries or something. They're digging into the ground and making this sort of mechanical storage on a massive scale to help with California's energy transition. So let's hear it for Curt, and he'll tell you a little about what's going on.
How's everybody doing tonight?
All right.
We're pleased to be sponsors for the event tonight, and for folks that don't know much about Hydrostor, we're not exactly a household name just yet, but we do provide long-duration energy solutions to the grid. We do view ourselves as a technology company, and those energy solutions come in the form, again, of long duration. For folks that don't speak fluent storage vernacular, we deem 2 to 4 hour storage resources as short term. Anything longer than that is typically deemed long term. We focus on 8 hours and above with our technology. And our technology, we call it advanced compressed air energy storage. What we've done is really taken the best attributes of traditional compressed air energy storage, but improved upon that. Over the last 10 plus years, we've been busy developing this technology, testing it, refining it, tweaking it, and we've really reached a place now where it is ready for prime time and utility scale development. Right here in California and across the globe, we'll talk about some of the projects we're actively developing. But again, one of the big attributes that we designed out of traditional compressed air energy storage, when you expand a gas rapidly, it gets very cold. It tends to freeze into solid chunks. That doesn't get along too well with high-speed rotating equipment. So when you expand that air, typically you have to utilize natural gas or another heat source to reheat that air to allow that air to expand and generate electricity. What we've done is we've perfected a system where we extract the waste heat during the compression process when we store the compressed air, and we store it, and then we reuse it during the expansion process. It's a fairly simple system. We use air, water, and gravity. I encourage folks, if you're interested, to go on our website. Don't have the bandwidth tonight to explain it in great detail, but we do also have a number of colleagues here. If you could raise your hands if you have questions, please feel free to contact any of the Hydrostor crew here tonight. Next slide. How many folks here have seen the duck curve? Quack, quack. Basically, this is a famous or infamous Cal ISO net load curve that gets updated annually as we add more and more renewable intermittent resources. We're now over 50% renewables on the grid in California. Congratulations. I know a lot of folks in this room played a role in that. And we have added a tremendous amount of storage to the system as well. But again, 90+% of that storage is typically in the form of lithium-ion batteries. Nothing against those batteries. I got one on my phone. Everybody does. But they do have some drawbacks. They degrade and they need replacement fairly frequently. We do also, as a large grid, do benefit from technological diversity, and that's where our advanced compressed air energy storage does come into play. Again, for folks that aren't acquainted with the duck curve, as we add more renewables, typically solar these days, that net load when the sun's up comes down, and we have a bit of a challenging environment for the Cal ISO to operate the grid. That duck keeps getting fatter every year as we add more solar, and the solution to that, again, is adding storage to the grid. That way we can capture that energy off-peak or when it's in excess of load, store it and utilize it on-peak. Next slide. The Willow Rock Energy Storage Center is our flagship project located right here in California, down in Kern County. We're quite proud of the progress we're making on this facility. It is a 500 megawatt by 8 hour project, 4,000 megawatt hours. It is one of the largest energy storage projects being developed in North America currently. We are well on our way to reaching a final decision from the California Energy Commission. We are expecting our proposed decision any day now, so keep an eye out for that. We certainly are. We're very proud to have received the unanimous support from our host county supervisors, the Kern County Board of Supervisors, for the project, and we've also reached agreement with CURE on a project labor agreement. The project is tremendously supported within Kern County. They're a fabulous host for us, and we expect to be breaking ground on that project in Q2 of next year. It is a very extensive construction cycle, in excess of $1.5 billion of investment, and we expect to be operational in 2030. Along with the electrical benefits of the project, we are quite proud of a lot of the environmental and community benefits that we've been able to put together throughout the development. For scale, the project can power the entire city of Bakersfield for 8 hours. The footprint of the project is very modest, under 100 acres, so much smaller than pumped hydro or some of the other alternatives. And we do use a fraction of both the land and water of pumped hydro. The economic benefits that also accrue from the project, we expect to employ in excess of 6,000 people over the 5-year construction cycle for the project, with a peak workforce in excess of 700 people and 40 full-time jobs when we do go operational. We've been working very closely with our host communities since we first embarked on this project. We have made them aware of the impacts, both beneficial and otherwise. They have embraced us quite fondly, given that this is a very significant investment. We do not have any greenhouse gas emissions from our operations. The investment will be, again, in excess of $1.5 billion. We do have a Department of Energy loan guarantee currently in place for $1.76 billion in support of the construction. And some of the local benefits, we expect over $500 million in regional benefits over the 50-year commercial lifespan of the project, significant property taxes, and we've also spent a lot of time meeting and understanding our host community's needs and desires. So we've worked to partner with a lot of nonprofits and other community groups. Safe Haven is a wonderful example. I encourage folks to look them up. They are a fantastic charity doing great work in Kern County. And with that, I appreciate your attention and look forward to providing future updates as we reach final decision from the Energy Commission and hopefully move into construction early next year. Thank you.